My name is Chad Allen, and a little bit about myself. I come from a nursing psychiatric background. I am 41 years old. I have a beautiful family, and I've been focusing on focusing on my family, focusing on also building my business, and as well as uh, doing the things that are necessary to be a person who is a man of integrity, to being a man who does the things that he needs to do as a man. But tonight's call, what we're going to talk about is what does it take to run people away? Mm. But that's actually will be reversed because even though what I have in the title, it says 5 effective ways or tips to run people away, is if you do not do these things that I'm about to tell you tonight, yeah, you're gonna run people away. You're gonna make people not trust you as much. You're going to cause people to not give you the attention that you deserve as a person and as a leader and as a business owner, as a family man or a family woman. These are things that you need to know because it will give you the leverage that you need for to be with other people and to show other people how to be successful in their life. But success starts with the family first. That is the most important. And without having your family there, then if you're not taking care of your family, then obviously you cannot take care of the other things in life, such as your business, work, your missions, your church, whatever you choose uh, to be part of. So let's get let's get started. All right. So I want to thank everyone for being on the call tonight. I am really blessed that you are here. And if you want to say hi, feel more than free to say hi. And I will say hi back to you. If I don't say hi at the beginning of the call, then I will certainly do my best to say it either at the end of the call or after the call. If you have questions, feel free to ask. The same, if I don't see it during the broadcast here, then I will certainly try to um, present it or answer your questions during that time. And also, uh, yeah, so that would be it. So feel free to communicate with me, and I would really do my best. Hi, Jennifer. How are you? Good evening. Thanks for being on the call. And so instead of being okay, the 5 tips that are going that makes people run away. Let's switch that. And how can you be an example for others? Leadership is all about leading others, right? But there are different types of leadership, and there are different types of how you act in your family, etc. Right? In your missions, whatever. Really, the best kind of leadership is really the servant leadership. So, being a servant leader means also to be able to lead by example. So, we need to be able to lead by example so that we can have, so that those people who we are leading and those people who are uh, our family members, the church, whatever, the missions, those people that we are trying to guide will be able to have a good role model. So our goal in our goal in our life is really to be good mentors toward others. That means being a good mentor toward our family members, our children, good mentors to those who we work with, and our church mates, those who we lead in the mission, those who we lead in business as well. Hi, Ron. How are you? Thank you for being on the call. So, what are some tips? I got 5 tips for you that when you look at it, it's, that's a no-brainer. But there are many people out there, and even cultures that are out there that really do not abide by some of these things. So, however, in the business world, you really need to abide by these. In the missions, stuff like that, you really, really need to abide by these. And if you want your children to be guided well and become more successful, yeah, you got to do these things as well. So, but it all starts with you as the individual. So it starts with me as a father. So, so what are they? So if you want others to do certain things, then you have to be willing to do the same. So the first thing that we need to be able to do is that when we set a time, when we have like a 9 o'clock appointment, guess what? We need to be on time. Yeah, be on time. In the Filipino culture, that is very hard to do. I know because I've lived in the Philippines for 2.5 years, and you can set a time for, let's say you want to have an appointment or having a get together or whatever, say at 5 p.m. So you tell everybody, okay, I'm going to have it at 5 p.m. But what happens is most of them will begin to arrive 30 minutes to an hour late. And then, so even if they come late, what happens is they will end up staying much later also, which is okay, which is fun, which makes things super, super exciting. But when it comes to business, you have to be on time. And you know that the Filipino would never be late if it's work. And if they are late, there are sometimes given leniency, but you know, that time thing is really a difficult one. When it comes to like organizations, you're trying to say, hey, be here at this time. They end up being late. And it happens here in the U.S. also. So it's not just a Filipino problem. It's really a broad problem for a lot of people. So you have to set the example. Especially if you're going to lead other people, you have to be on time all the time. And in most cases, you don't want to be just on time. You really should be at least 15 minutes on before the time, so that it gives you also the opportunity to get ready for if you have a business appointment or if you have a mission appointment, whatever that is. It gets you ready and prepared in your mind to do what needs to be done. So, be on time is very, very important. If some tips actually, if people tend to be, if you know that person is going to be quite late, or they have a tendency to be late, instead of telling them that they should be there at 5 o'clock, then you would tell them to be there at 4. So that way, you know that they will arrive on time. So now, sometimes you get surprised, of course, when you say 4 and then they actually arrive at 4. So you have to be kind of careful about that. So you could do maybe like a half hour early, just say, hey, let's be here at this time, knowing full well that it will be at 5 o'clock. So just some tidbits, but be firm with the time. You as a leader, you really have to have. People are watching you. You do not realize how many people are really, really watching you when you are in the forefront. And sometimes you're not even in the forefront. Maybe you're just being a follower at the moment. But there's leaders, and they recognize you. They know what you are doing and what and how you are performing in your job. And they see how you treat your family. They see how you treat your business partners. They see how you treat your mission partners, etc. So, just because most people think that you are not being watched, or we're not being watched, you really are being watched, and so you can really have a great effect of just being on time. Just being on time. That's the first step, of leading by example, just being on time. Second, you need to practice what you preach. So if you're going to lead by example and you are wanting to tell somebody to do a certain thing, then don't expect them to do something that you are not willing to do. If you are telling someone to do something, then you should do the same thing. For example, uh, in business, okay, everybody, we want you to talk to 5 people. But if you're not willing to talk to 5 people, then how are you a good leader? You have to set the example by practicing what you preach. So a good when you are a good leader, when you are a servant leader, you're getting down and dirty with the people, and you are doing what you are telling them. What you are asking them to do. You are doing also, because how uh, that's how you know that you are performing well as whatever you're doing, leader, missions, whatever. So the third thing is that you really need to dress the part. This has been an issue with me sometimes, is dressing the part, because there are times where, like, especially when I lived in the Philippines, oh my goodness, it was so hot. It was like, maybe it'd be like 95 degrees or 90 degrees with a humidity of 100%. And as soon as you step out of your house, you're sweating. And it's really hot. So when you're trying to wear jeans, or you're wearing slacks, it becomes very difficult to feel comfortable. However, if you are, whatever that part is, if it's, however you dress, whatever that part is, that's how you should dress to that part. So if your job or your work or your business, whatever, requires you to be in jeans and maybe just a polo shirt, or just a regular shirt, it's okay. That's how that particular position is. But if you are required as a leader to have a suit, or a business casual, you need to be that way. When it comes to your family, uh, dressing the part, in my mind, is that you are putting together the aspects of parenthood. So you're being a parent. You're not exactly you're not being forceful, but you're guiding your children in such a way that they will have an appreciation for you. You're spending time with them. You are taking part. You are there doing what you're supposed to do as a father. Just as if you're there to do your part as a business owner, or as a missionary, or whatever. So you're addressing the part in that area, and that can go across the board, by the way. So in my mind, when it comes to family, you're dressing the part as a father, as a mother, and you do what you got to do to raise them to be very successful. So um, I'm going to quickly read a comment. So, not because I want to be, yeah, it's very difficult to be punctual at times, especially when you're so used to doing that. But with good practice and really being able to catch yourself, then eventually you will be able to get ahead of that being so uh, like quick. So it's okay. You can really become, and you can really, if you really focus on the potentials of the person, it really helps. It really, really helps. So, and the fear thing, when it comes to the fear and the anxieties that might be holding you back. You have to be willing to look at your own potentials instead of looking at the fears and the problems that, oh my goodness, this is happening to me, or this could be so difficult. It's like, no, I really want that car. I really want this. I know I can do this, and really go after it and believe it. It took, by the way, it took me uh, many years to get to the point where I'm at now, where I have the confidence to be able to do stuff like this, like Facebook Lives, Periscopes, whatever, to be able to send out messages to people asking them if they are wanting, uh, uh, if they want to watch videos or whatever, to learn more about my family and how to raise them up. It took a long time, and it wasn't because of anything that I did personally, except to change my mindset. It was, really God coming into me and really hitting me hard, and when I had a very low point. But I was willing to change also, and I was also willing to step out and begin to try to to begin to make a difference in my life. And that's why, also we really need coaches. We need to have coaches. We need to have mentors so that we can be guided well uh, in those areas, so that we can really propel ourselves to the next level that we really need to be. And that's why mentors are so good, because they're able to lead by example as well. And we see them as role models for us. And then we want to model ourselves after them. Not be them, but model certain things, certain aspects that they have, so that we can really prepare ourselves for it. Our mentors and our coaches in those areas, they are, dressing the part. They are doing what they preach, and we can too. We can too, and even you can. So it's just, you have to be able to. Uh, it's a mindset thing. It really is a mindset. Trust me, it's really mindset, and I can really speak to that for myself. So you have to be able to also. This is number 4. You have to be willing to also share the credit. To be a good example. You're not going to take credit for your children's amazing artwork, if they have artwork or their singing abilities or whatever. You know, you give credit where credit is due. If there's something at work that you notice somebody, and your boss comes up to you and says, "Hey, you did a really good job," it's like, I really thank you for that, but um, really the credit should go to this person, because they really did this and this, and they were amazing at this. Uh, the same way with our business. This person did a really good job. It wasn't because of me. Yeah, I went out and I did uh, a lot of legwork to get where I'm at today. But it's really because of the people below me. It's really because of them that that I have the success that I have. It's really because of these people that so many people have been reached by the word of God. It's that way. So, that's exactly what we need to remember, because as we get stronger in our success, as we become bolder, as we become um, have a greater purpose, there's a tendency, especially with the guides, by the way, there's a tendency to begin to put God out a little bit of our life, and then begin to focus only on us and say, yeah, I did this, I did that. It was me doing all of this. When in reality, it wasn't you. It was partly you, and it was the people that believed in you and helped you, and it was God giving you that ability. So we have to remember, who to give credit to. And we have to remember that we are not the sole reason for our success and our families and our business and our mission field with our churches. It's not us. It's not I. It's us. So we have to really learn how to share the credit with others. And if you want to run people away so fast, don't share credit. If you don't want to, if you want to run away people, then do all the things that I'm. Don't do anything that I'm telling you to do, because they would really run. The lack of respect that you will begin to have, it will become much greater, because you're not doing the things that you should be doing as an example. So we have to let us lead by example for everyone, so that they can follow and have a good role model for them to follow. So the fifth thing, number 5, we have to be good listeners. Yeah, we have to be able to listen to those around us. We have to be willing to take criticism, and we have to be willing to be unafraid to take that criticism, even if that criticism is unfounded, it's mean, it is not profitable whatsoever. We have to be willing to take it and forgive. And we have to be, even in that criticism, there is a little bit of reflection that you can take from it and be able to say, maybe what am I doing? What am I doing that is causing this person to feel the way they are? So, that those are certain things that you can really do. So, and to be a good listener is, being able to understand where that person is coming from, but also be willing to listen to the things that that they are wanting to tell you, and be interested. Be interested. Don't if you're being a good listener, it's not when they are talking to you and just like this. Yeah, like that. Yeah, yeah. That's not listening. That is not really paying attention to the person. So, and not having a genuine, authentic relationship with them. So we have to be authentic, and we have to realize that, of course, we are all not perfect people. So being an example also is being able to look past the offenses that people make. That's really number 6, is being able to look past those offenses that people give you. Because imagine if you were to lose your temper, imagine if you were to be quick to judgment, or you say a quick word that really puts down the person. You say something that really damages their identity. Uh, you know, some people can really take that and they'll be fine and they'll move on, and it doesn't really affect them. Other people would take those words and it will completely destroy them. Completely destroy them. So we have to be very careful of how we speak and how we relate to people, because that everybody is different and are at different levels in their life. So let us be examples for all the people to follow. If you're in Christ, be a light for Christ. Be that example that Christ wants you to be for other people. If you are in business, the same. And your family, be a light to your family, because your children are the future of this nation. So we have to be able to raise them in the right way, raise them in the ways of Christ. So it's very, very important that we do that. And so that's all I have for this particular subject. in the future, I will certainly do some calls on family and how, as especially as men, how we are able to lead our family, how we are, as parents, especially the men, how we are the the ones that God uses to really bring about our the future of our family and the future of our nation. So leadership, it's really all about leadership as well. And I'm really excited about these upcoming videos because I think you'll get a lot out of it as well. And but feel free to comment below, um, share your thoughts, ask questions. If this video helped you, share it with others. You can always visit my blog at chadallen.pro. If you want to know more about my business and what I do in my life, then ask me. I will be more than happy to answer that for you and to get with you as soon as possible. And I really look forward to seeing you tomorrow at the exact same time. And we will talk to you tomorrow, okay? All right, bye bye. Thank you again. Appreciate it.